Hey.
Oh my God. 2 minutes late, that's all. I was like, I don't think he's showing. I don't think my old mate, and we are old mates, Darren, he doesn't respond to my messages for a lot. Do you want to hear the email that he gave me? Paul, check this out. I texted him, I said, all right, what's your email? It says, Darren@bispingstopbotheringme.com. Oh, that was brilliant, Darren. How you doing, mate?
Are you okay, mate? Long time.
Where have you been, you prig?
What?
Where have you been?
Doing me in it, this thing. I don't, it's life after UFC, innit, mate? Just trying to make a coin out here.
Nah, good for you, mate. I know you've been smashing it. You had that one fight where I don't know what happened. It all went out the window. Then you beat Anthony Pretty Boy Taylor. Who are you fighting coming up soon?
Darren Stewart, who's in the UFC.
Darren Stewart.
Yeah.
How's it all working out, mate? You making some money?
Yeah, making money. Just I'm making a transition, the proper transition, innit, Michael? So, I'm proper boxing. I'm not just going there to just wing and swing. I'm a proper boxer. So, fight Darren on the 29th, beat him. Misfits said they've got big plans for me. I want to, and I do still want to come back to UFC. Don't forget about that, Michael. That hasn't left me mind. Do you know what I mean?
So is that you saying you want to make a return, Darren? You'd like to get back in MMA?
I've seen the state of the middleweight division. I think I can come back. I'm the only guy who really fucking gave the champ any trouble on the feet. Everyone else sort of gets confused by how shit he is when he's beating them. He wasn't a problem for me. The problem for me was just, a little niggle, and I wasn't strong enough. He was just a strong dude. But apart from that, especially now, the way I've improved my boxing skills, I just don't think Dricus could beat me. I stopped them takedown attempts. I do see that opening there for me to go.
I always say this, Darren, and I'm not going to repeat myself, but I always talk about how good you are. And people say, oh, it's just because you're mates. I'm like, no. And you've got a point there on the feet. You definitely landed some great shots. But never mind that. Let's go back a little bit. What was this dickhead Tommy Fury doing? Because you said in the hype, you're going to kick him in the head. And then he cancels the fight. Come on, give it to us, Darren. What went down there?
No, so obviously I was meant to be fighting Tommy. And the gym I've been at in Liverpool, Michael, it's it's a renowned gym. Callum Smith fought out there, who's just beat Joshua Buatsi at the weekend, on the BTBF card. Mm-hmm. Liam Smith fights out of there, Josh Taylor. It's a proper boxing gym, do you know what I mean? So, I've had a lot of sparring down there, and the community's small in the fighting world. So, when the fight got made, I think Tommy was sort of thinking, I'm just still another MMA fighter, this, that, the other. And I think just a few rumours got back to him and his team that, listen, Darren's not he's proper real deal. He's knocking out a few sparring partners here, there, never. And then, obviously, when it turns up to the presser, his dad's always sort of intimidated everyone, has he, Michael? And you know me, Mike. You know what we're like from Liverpool, mate. You can't really. I'm not going to go around saying I'm the hardest guy in the world or I'm this and that. But there's one thing that's for certain, mate. No one's going to bully me. I'm not going to sit down to no one. I'll sit down to my coach, but I won't sit down to anyone else, and that's it. So I piped up a bit, and then John was chatting this and that, and he was like, whatever.
Proper fighting man, though. John Fury. He's a proper fighting man, Darren.
Well, let me tell you something as well, Michael, and I've seen this. It's entourages, so I've never seen you with an entourage, Michael, yeah?
I've got no mates.
It doesn't matter if you've got mates or not, but I've never seen you with an entourage. Yeah. So here's what I'll say to you, right? So, Nate Diaz, is a game. He's a game guy. I'm a fan of Nate Diaz, but I always see him with 20 people, 30 people. Yeah. I see Khabib, 30, 40 people, wherever they go. Son, whatever. What's that about? What's that about? You're always with people. You're scared someone's going to... I'm not asked if John Fury's there with Tommy and 3 or 4 guys. I know. Yes, Andrew's going to smash me. I'll fucking still have it with you. But guess what? After that, it's on, mate. So it's for me, I'm not that way with all this fake, entourages. It doesn't matter if I made billions, millions or nothing. I turned up to the press conference with my friend and my coach. It was on. And if it wasn't, it wasn't. I'm not do you know what I mean? It's just all this fake entourage, walking in with security. Like, even my girlfriend said to me the other month, she was like, no, maybe when you go out, you need a bit of security. I need security for what? For what? What do I need security for?
Yeah, it does get a little ridiculous, right? You do see these guys, especially at the fighter hotels and at all these press conferences, walking around with and it's like, it seems like as soon as guys make a little bit of coin, they think that's what they need to do. And I'm with you, man. I hate it. I hate seeing that shit. If you're a hard ass and you're a fighter yourself, you don't need more than just your coach to show up and pull off that kind of shit. Do you think he ever really wanted to do it, Darren? Do you think he wanted to fight you? Do you think there was did he really think you were going to kick him in the head, or was it because?
I think the small communities, because like a lot of people he knows will come to our gym and whatever. I think he heard how I am in the gym and stuff like that. And you know, Michael knows the gym I grew up in MMA. I spar hard, and you know, my boxing's come on tremendously. And like, I just think he heard, like, look, listen, Darren's not like taking this as like the circus.
Yeah.
Like, I think he took the fight when he heard, like, oh, Darren's out of camp, you know, get him now, you'll get him in 8 weeks and stuff like that. I got straight in the gym, and then, like, one sparring session we had, one of the guys got knocked out, and I just think something got back to him, was like, and I just think that head kick gave him away, because, like, his dad and him were, like, threatening KSI, like, you know, we'll elbow you and stuff like that, and for me, I just think the excuse was so pure. Like, it was a poor excuse. It wasn't like an injury. Like, we all get injured. Like, it was just a poor excuse.
He thought he was getting a kind of Jake Paul situation where he fights an MMA fighter that's over the hill, that can't really box. Tyron Woodley had one right hand. Nate Diaz is half Jake Paul size and never exactly a knockout guy. And then you're right. The northwest of England is a small place, mate. And certainly when you start talking about boxing circles, you know, and you're a proper striker. You're right. He heard that. I said, hold on a minute, shit. I better readdress this one. Hold on. He said he's going to kick me in the head. All right. Well, never mind that. What else is going on, Darren? I'm very disappointed. I thought you were going to be in your car getting chased by the busies.
I'm a grown-up man now, Michael.
Fuck off. Fuck off.
Michael, when have you heard me in trouble lately? Never. I'm quiet now. I'm not on social media. I'm a quiet man now, you know, mate. I'm very chilled.
But this is unusual, because I did say to my wife, we finished at the gym, I wanted to do a quick Instagram post to promote the episode. As in, she was typing it for me as I was driving back because I was rushing, and then I got in, my computer broke, so I'm on my laptop, so I look like shit. But I'm like, tag Paul, tag the other guest. I said, tag Darren. I said, just put at Darren. I said, I don't know what's going to come up. He's had about 100 accounts. I said, and he keeps getting banned. And she's like, Darren Till 2.0. I'm like, yeah, he's had that one for ages. You haven't been banned in a while, Darren.
No, I got it back. I had to pay. I just got banned. Michael, do you know what it is? Like, I kept getting banned so much, and I don't know if, like, you won't agree with this, obviously. But for me, mate, I just got to a point with, like, the whole media. So, like, I'm just done with all that social media. But it just doesn't interest me, you know, Michael. Like, I really, on a level, I really just want to fight and make a lot of money, and just, I really do want to get back to UFC, because I know what my potential is. I'm still fucking, like, I feel so fresh and young as well. Like, I wish you could see me in the gym outperform. But I've got to an angle where it's just like, mate, like, they took my Instagram last year, and I was just like, oh, yeah, it's sad. And I still use my Twitter, you know, for my businesses and stuff like that, obviously, for after fighting. But, mate, I'm not too bothered if I have social media. You know, it's not a big thing in my life. It's just not one of them things. I don't need to broadcast what's going on. I don't need to tell people how I'm eating, how I'm training. I know what I'm doing, and the people around me. I've disassociated myself so much with, like, out there things. It's crazy. I really have. You can't even get hold of me. I'm just like, I know.
Darren, can I ask about the UFC stuff? Right, obviously you got this boxing match coming up, and you got to handle that. But what is there's a lot of things that go on to getting back into an organization and fighting, but is it you that wants to get back to training and get in? Is it them? Have you talked to the UFC? Is there any interest on both sides of trying to get you back into the pool and into competition with us?
I just made a promise to Hunter and Day, and I said, just give me 2 to 3 years just to get me shit sorted and that.
Okay.
And I'll come back, and from what I'm seeing on the outside, I'm quite a calculated guy. Just listen, the UFC's crying out for superstars right now. There's no stars in the UFC. They've gone and been and done. And the level, especially at my weight division, like I'm bigger and stronger now. Like when I did move up to the middleweight division, I still had me sort of welterweight frame. I feel like I've grew into that middleweight frame now, and I just look. No disrespect, like I just don't. If I come up against Dricus and Sean, these guys, I just really think I'd do a number on them. I really do, and I know I've still got it in me to do it. And it'd be some story, it'd be like the Michael Bisping stories, you know what I mean?
Well, it'd be almost as good as that.
Be better than that. Come on. What are you on about?
Darren, not trying to blow smoke up your ass, but when you came to the UFC, you're right, you were an instant superstar. Everyone loved the personality, loved the way you talk, obviously loved the way you fought. Because everywhere I went, people would talk to me about you all the time. And obviously, you fought Tyrone for the belt, didn't go your way, and then, won some, lost a few, whatever. Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 32 now, Michael.
30, so you're still a young guy, man.
I main evented in Liverpool, Michael, when I was 25. My journey was a little bit different. I think my journey was a little bit like yours, Michael, in the sense that I was actually talking about this the other day. I didn't go to the amateurs. I just, obviously when I got stabbed, Michael, when I was 18, 19, I nearly died. And that's when, obviously, I went off to Brazil, blah, blah, whatever. The whole story, and everyone knows. It's just I got through in at the deep end, rose very quick, fell, and I fell very quick. And as I say to you, even I was talking about, the social media stuff, I've just really, really grown. I just know what is and what isn't. And it's even in terms people come to you, sponsorship, business, this is that. And I'm just yeah, that's all great and well. Yeah, you're not my friend. You want to do a business? Okay, we're not friends. Business is business. Fight. People, people ask me, what's Dana like? And I say, what do you mean? Well, is he a mate? I say, no, he's not my mate. He's a businessman. So I don't take anything Dana says to heart. He's a businessman. He's a nice guy. I've had dinner with him. Hi, bye, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? It's people get the wrong end of the stick in this whole thing, and it's it pisses me off. It's not that type of party. It's just I'm in this, mate, to just do what I'm doing. And if you make a few friends along the way and a bit of money, it's fucking sound, you know what I mean? But that's the be all and end all of it all.
It is, and it's so refreshing because I'm here doing it for the fans and everything. No, you're not.
No, you're not. You're not doing it for the fans, and you're not doing it. People, I'm doing it for my mother. You're not, mate. Stop being such a fake fucking cunt. Do it for the, one fight for your dying brother, whatever, something But at the end of the day, we're all just selfish in this game, and it's we're just. I think ultimately, Michael, after fighting, what you've done is clever, and I'm trying to do is. You've got to look past it because this game will chew you up and eat you out. These promoters, these people, they really don't care about you. The coaches, none of them care about you. They don't. They care about the kids.
It's not even about promoters. It's just the sport. It's fighting. That's what it is. Yeah, you come along, you do well. You can dominate, you can be a champion, you can be whatever the fuck you want. Eventually, you're going to be damaged or used goods and just kicked out the other side. And it doesn't matter if the promoters, the bloody, the Pope, the nicest guy on the planet, Mother Teresa or Saint, whatever. It doesn't matter. The sport is still going to chew you up and spit you out and not give a about you.
Even now, people come and say, I love you before. I'm do these people still remember me from this? How? Because I don't care. I don't care. I really just don't care. I wear a cap so people don't recognize me. I'm just someone asked about being known, whatever. But this sport, mate, and you get in and get out. If you make a few friends that are there for you, then sound. But if they're not there for you, don't get so hung up on it. I thought he was my friend. No, mate, he wanted a few quid out of you. Are you stupid? Are you thick? You know what I mean? I've learned that.
Yeah. It's
deep
you got to
talks.
realize that. What's that?
It's deep talks, isn't it? Everyone it's always the same narrative when everyone comes, I'm going to fuck that guy. I hate that guy. I hate his family. Why, mate? Shut up.
Yeah. If you do make it back, Darren, with this new kind of, maturity and realizing the game itself, How quickly do you think you can make noise again and be putting yourself into positions where, listen, they might be trying to get something out of you, but now you seem to know how to get it right back, right? And make sure that you are also getting what you want out of the situation.
Yeah, I think give me a year back on the MMA shit. I've been doing little bits and bobs. I do think I could make a quick thing in there. I've always got that experience. Obviously when you look at guys like the top of the top, these great wrestlers, you'd have to do a hell of a lot of work to be able to stop them cunts coming at you. But in my division there, I still think I could make waves. I'm 32. I've got no marks on me apart from that from the other day. But
I was going to say, you've got a black eye. That's why you're wearing a cap. Not because you want to be all incognito and inconspicuous. And, I'm a man of the people. I don't want to be recognised. No, you're a pussy. You got banged in sparring and you were trying to play it down.
I got cool. It's mad, Michael, in boxing now, mate. It's so crazy. Like, it's all head guards and stuff like that. I can't get used to it, so I still wear no head guard. But it's because in MMA we're just a bit more rougher and tougher, aren't we? Like the way we spar. But yeah, I got caught.
Hey. I like what you said about social media, and I'm a little bit jealous because I'm kind of trapped into the point where I can't delete it and stuff like that. But I would honestly, I'm looking forward to a time where I can just go, you know what, just get rid of it all and just live life in the present moment.
When's enough though, Michael? Like it's like Pablo Escobar, when was enough enough? When did you make so much money, Pablo, that you get out the game? So, we all say it. Like, for me, it just happened. I had to just whatever. But, like, when you don't have it, like, I didn't have it for a long time. It was like, well, who am I putting my training videos up for? Yet the fans shan't, but they can go on. Like, I think we just get a bit swallowed up into it, and then we sort of start getting swallowed up into other people's lives, and it becomes a bit of a thing where, like, for the past few years, Michael, especially outside the UFC, I've just been looking after me and looking after my peers and getting shit right around me, and it's quite refreshing. That's social media bollocks, man. It's just all smoke and mirrors, to be honest with you, mate.
Well, you look good. Sorry, Paul, go on.
No. I was just going to ask, how much do you follow it still, Darren, and the guys that are from the area and some of the other Liverpool guys? I don't know the relationship that you have with anybody, so I preface it with that. But have you been watching Paddy's journey and seeing where Tom and the guys are? And what are your thoughts on that whole situation?
I was Tom's training partner for a long time. Me and Tom came up together, and Tom's like, for me now, I see him as the heavyweight world champion. But I think Tom's I think he's going to live on forever. With Paddy, me and Paddy have never been friends, but we've never really seen each other either. But we're in the Liverpool community. But I think Paddy's on his way to do what I done. I think he's probably being managed a bit better than I was, and his direction. But yeah, like with this fight coming up now, I think Paddy's got the potential to obviously be a super. He's already a superstar, but he can potentially get close to that belt. I know it's a tough fight when you get the champion, but yeah, I do keep track on everyone. But obviously, my eyes are more gauged towards the boxing, but I still keep tabs on everyone. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, there's a friend who trains in our boxing gym, and he says, look, listen, all the lads down at the gym where Paddy trains, they want you to come down to and get back into it. So that could be a future thing, me and Paddy getting back in, back on the scene, give and take.
Well, Darren, now that I have a line of communication with you, and now that you randomly sometimes respond to my messages, sometimes, I'm going to hit you up and we're going to have an in-depth sit down, me and you, and we're going to get deep. We're going to go through it all. I'm going to make you cry. We're going to delve. But are you not going to address one of the greatest combat sports athletes that the world has ever seen, the one and only king of cringe, Henry Cejudo? Say hi.
Henry. You okay, mate? How are you, Henry?
YOLO, am I on?
You're on, brother. You are on. We're just about to say bye to Darren Till. Darren, you're the man. Thanks for your time. I will reach out, though, buddy.
I appreciate that.
Thanks, Darren.
And mate, if you ever want to chat, Darren, you know that we're brothers. I'll talk to you soon.
I don't want to chat. Don't message me no more.
I'm messaging you, dickhead. See you, buddy. Thanks, Darren.